Hey guys, yeah, another day, another dollar, right? Another another day of me pushing this T-shirt. I have Lorenzo versus the Crow Texas Death Match, as seen on my Twitter and the Instagram at Lorenzo Ariola. $25 free shipping. I've got sizes medium to 3XL in white with blue, font. So hit me up in my messages if you're interested in buying the shirt, guys. Here at That's All Funny, we could use any and all support. Please, I would appreciate it. And now on to the news. Did you see the news about Gwyneth Paltrow winning her ski accident lawsuit and being awarded $1 from the defendant? Apparently the defendant that she accidentally skied into and had them trip and shit has suffered like minor brain damage and shit. So yeah, poor guy if that's true, but maybe it was just his lawyers trying to ham it up for his injuries and drain all that goop money from Miss Paltrow. But nope, she got lawyers just as bad as his lawyers, and apparently when she went up to the stand, she described when she made impact with the defendant as being sexually violated because her legs were spread out in the snow and shit when there was impact, and she felt she didn't consent to the crash. And it's like, yeah, no shit, you didn't know how to ski and you bumped into someone. How do you call that being sexually violated? But whatever. That's what lawyers get paid, the money that they get paid for. So yeah, the lawyers got it done, won her that $1 that she wanted paid back for that. So great job, Gwyneth Paltrow. Great job. I'm rooting for you now. Speaking of sex crimes, a man from Pennsylvania named Matthew Perry, and no, he doesn't look like the guy from the hit TV show Friends that always reminds me of being violated when I was young. But this man was sentenced to 3,000 years for being guilty of several sex crimes. And to me, it's like, why don't we just kill these people? They are just taking up room in our prisons, and they do not deserve to live as long as they are allowed to live. Like, why do we need to keep him here for 3,000 years? Like, as long as he's alive, the memory of the crime will stay alive as well. At least fucking castrate him like they do in the third world countries, man. That would be fitting to the crime, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? But yeah, he looks nothing like the Matthew Perry, so don't get him confused. This guy just looks like your typical pedo and deserves to suffer and then die a horrible death. The big news going on is that Donald Trump has been indicted for the Stormy Daniels hush money case, and everyone is wondering how this will affect his campaign for 2024. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure other presidents have done worse, right, in front of the country's face, and they didn't get in any trouble, or they were still allowed to do whatever they want. So like, who really cares, right? Like, the country still does bad things, and politicians are corrupt, fuck the system and all that shit, Oh, what about Hunter Biden and the laptop? Yeah, exactly. Like, that shit just gets, forgotten about. Dude, did you see that with the Nashville shooting? Supposedly, Melissa Joan Hart had helped some students cross the street away from, like, the danger of the shooting. I mean, I guess that's good on her to be a loud-spoken hero, but she should have explained to us how this would happen, or use her fucking witchcraft powers to help us prevent these tragedies from happening. She used to be cool a long time ago, but I don't know, when she tried to do that show with her husband that was like a cheap ripoff of Who's the Boss, yeah, I'm not sure if I could forgive her for that. Plus, white women are just crazy. Everybody knows that. I mean, look at the shooter, right? Was that a white woman or a white man? I don't know. It was a trans. It was whatever. They were white, so they were just crazy. Holy smokes, literally another train has derailed, this time in Minnesota, and it was carrying some sort of flammable gas or something and exploded and caused fires and whatnot. And again, I ask you, are these really fucking coincidences, or are they planned attacks by the Chinese? Because they are the ones that built the railroads here in America. So I think they're using the TikTok app to trigger the derailments of these trains and cause the destruction in an orchestrated manner to trap us within ourselves into our own country. The math doesn't lie if you crunch the numbers, and the numbers don't matter when all you have is money on the mind. Made in China, motherfucker. China. Oh, and with the shooting that happened in Nashville, apparently a Trans Day of Vengeance is being planned for April 1st, and a lot of trans people are going to rally at the Capitol and have like money raised for themselves to buy weapons and get gun training. It seems like the trans are transforming into radicalized activists to fight the crazy white men with guns who hang outside of the drag shows and protest them and shit, to protect our kids. I don't know. I don't fucking know. And shit, this kind of it's easy because how easy is it to fucking get a gun here in America? So you can either blame the Constitution or God bless the Constitution, but it sounds like this war is just beginning, man. I feel like it's all like a false flag to distract us from the fact that the government's just giving Ukraine billions and billions and billions of dollars, and we just keep rotting from within our own country, going against each other, when we should be rallying against, I don't know, the third eye. I don't know who the fuck is running things. But whatever, man. We'll hang in there. I'll keep a crowbar handy by my side because not only is it a good weapon, but it's a very useful tool. So yeah, make sure you buy your official That's All Funny crowbars. Now we have the crow t-shirts. Not crowbars, crow t-shirts. I'm going to get that straight. Whoops, I can't say that word anymore. I can't say I can get it straight. Nah, buy my t-shirts, please. They're great. They're made in America by a couple of Mexicans. You'll love them. They're not made, I don't know. They're great shirts. They're great t-shirts. Buy my t-shirts. And I just realized the Trans Day of Vengeance is on April Fool's Day, and they really want us to take them seriously. Like, geez, the world is so crazy, right? Well, we'll see if they go storm the Capitol and see how that goes when a bunch of LGBTQ XYZ people do it instead of a bunch of QAnon whites on January 6th. Let's see, what is that? That happens this Saturday. And also this Saturday is WrestleMania. So who's going to care about this trans rights protest and activism and all this shit when I'm trying to see Austin Theory defend his fucking belt against fucking John Cena? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do do do. Yeah. John Cena, he's fucking great. But yeah, guys, I guess that's another episode for the day. Make sure when you go skiing, you're not around Gwyneth Paltrow or you'll get brain damage. That's pretty much a proven fact at this point. It might be minor, but it's still brain damage nonetheless. So yeah, I wouldn't want to risk it at all. And stay away from anyone named Matthew Perry, because they're probably committing sex crimes. Like that's a good rule of thumb. And Trump is probably guilty of his crimes committed, but let's just say the American flag is a big old rug and we'll just sweep all that right underneath it, right? And we'll just move on, because there's always something, I guess, worse to handle, Hunter Biden's laptop, and I don't know, who cares, right? Like, all the politicians are just gonna get away with everything all the time. You can't catch them. They're like slippery eels. They'll just slip right out and keep going or whatever, So why even try, right? And y'all keep track of those train crashes, because I'm pretty sure if you map them out, like if you were to put a map of the United States on your wall, put thumbtacks, right, colored thumbtacks into each of every accident that seemed to have been happening with the trains, and then put thread from one to the next to the next to the next until they all connect, it'll spell out the Chinese character that says, "Suck my dick." Which, yeah, okay, China, we get it. We deserve that for messing with y'all. I get it. Whatever. Your leader doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh. My fucking bad. We won't make fun of him anymore. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just a little too coincidental, all these train crashes and shit, right? I'm sure there's some sort of TikTok connection for some reason. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Again, check out my Twitter and my Instagram at Lorenzo Ariola for the new t-shirt design. It's a great design. If you would want to buy that shirt along with the Medicaid Monopoly Man t-shirt, I'm sure we can make a 2 for a certain price deal, free shipping. And check out the Patreon. On the other day on the Patreon, I did another episode of me watching the Nightmare Gallery, Rod Serling TV show, and I also released a lot of videos from my YouTube that were released early, a day early, so you get them early without ads and all that. And that's only $5 a month at patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola. And check out the youtube.com/@LorenzoAriola for exclusive videos and stuff too, as well as like when I go live playing video games or just doing therapy chats. We try to add more content there, so go check it out if all you do is just listen to the podcast. But yeah, thank y'all for listening, rate and review, like and subscribe, share it, do all that stuff, and we'll keep this train rolling. Hopefully it won't get derailed. But thanks, guys. Take care, and y'all have a great rest of your week, and have fun if you're watching WrestleMania.